8 years ago, I came home from work. It had been a long day, and the extent of my plans included two things: tacos and getting drunk. My buddy agreed to drive up the street to the Mexican restaurant. I asked my fiancée if she wanted to come, and she said, "Baby, you go ahead. I'm worn out and people are coming over later." I, for lack of a better word, shamed her into coming along with us. You know how in a relationship, you unintentionally find the ways to get your so to do what you want, and then you use that knowledge to lever them into situations. Usually seems harmless enough. I figured we'd all have a good time and she'd feel better once she got out of the house. Anyways, we all hop in my buddy's car and ride down the road, get to the restaurant, eat a nice meal, I have a few beers, smiles all around, leave the restaurant, and as we do, my fiancée smiles at me and says, "Boy, I love you and you're gonna be mine forever." It had started raining while we were in the restaurant. We get back in buddy's car and head down the road. Slayer's Rain and Blood is blaring. We're laughing and life is good. That's where I lose 2 hours of time. I don't remember it, but apparently my buddy took a turn far too fast and we were T-boned by another car going about 55. The first thing I remember, I'm in the back of a police car parked next to the wreck. For the first few seconds, I'm by myself. Lights are flashing everywhere. There's fire trucks and an ambulance. I can see paramedics working over someone on a stretcher, and I see the twisted metal remains of my buddy's car and another vehicle. But this doesn't make sense to me yet. I'm alive and functioning, but my mind is nowhere near the level of actually comprehending things. A police officer walks up to me and says, "Son, do you know the lady who was sitting in the rear seat?" I say, "Yes, that's my fiancée." He looks at me and then I figure it out. "I'm sorry, son. It doesn't appear that we can save her." I try to run over to the ambulance, but the cop holds me back. One of the investigators, who happened to be a family friend, comes over to comfort me and notices I'm not responding coherently to his questions. So off to the hospital I go. Broken back, bad concussion, bruised internals, but worst of all, in my mind at the time, I'm still alive. I spent almost every waking moment for the next year and many other times since then regretting convincing her to go. My rational mind understood that it was circumstance, but my heart could never let it go. I had dreams of her calling me to be with her. I bought a gun with the sole intention of shooting myself at her grave 1 year after she had passed. I thought, what use is guilt to a dead man? But thank the universe, I obviously never made that stupid decision. I couldn't willingly put others through the pain I had experienced. It wasn't until 2 years ago that I met the girl whom showed me that love was possible again that I let go of that regret. I will never forget the lessons that the loss of my fiancée taught me, nor will I forget that the girl I have and love madly now understood, supported and transformed me through the grief and regret I had lived every day.